Hey guys, Chris here with the Good Old Gamer. So once again, GPP may be rearing its ugly head into the market. This time, instead of Nvidia basically pushing out AMD, it looks like they're actually affecting Intel. Now this news is coming from notebookcheck.com, which is a very good website for getting any sort of mobile benchmarks that you're looking for. CPUs, GPUs, battery life. They do displays. I mean, it is a great website. I've been checking them out forever for pretty much all the mobile news and data that I would ever need. So in my eyes, they have a very good track record for providing good information. Now, I've never really seen an article like this from them before. And, well, let's go ahead and check it out and you'll see for yourself. Right off the bat, where are all the Kaby Lake G laptops? Nvidia's GeForce Partner Program may be to blame. So right off the bat, they're pretty much laying it out there. It's been almost 5 months since the official reveal of the Kaby Lake G, and there's only one manufacturer other than Intel currently shipping a Kaby Lake G product. We put the pieces together to find out why there are so few systems in the market and why most manufacturers are staying silent on this matter. So that's basically the case, what they're trying to figure out here. They're wondering what's up because the Kaby Lake G CPUs in their testing have done very well. Right here, they're basically saying the Coffee Lake H platform was unveiled earlier this month, and there's a ton of laptops already slated to come out. You have the Zephyrus M, GM501, Gigabyte Aero, Aorus. There's a whole bunch of systems coming out already using those CPUs. In contrast, Intel's Kaby Lake G platform, which was unveiled in January, and there's barely any laptops available with the Intel/AMD CPUs, even after almost half a year. So what's going on? Once again, they're just putting it out there that it's been a very long time since this platform has been revealed, and yet there's no products using them. Now, this is pretty important. We've spoken to 3 independent and reliable sources close to Notebook Check. Now, if we go down on the page, their sources are their own. So there's no other outside source. This is straight from Notebook Check right here. So it's not like they're getting this information anywhere else. They're not relaying anybody else's sources here. And they have suggested the same reasoning. Nvidia is strongly responsible for keeping Kaby Lake G from proliferating. Sorry, that's one word you don't really say very often. Here they're just talking about the basic GPP rumors that are floating around. Basically everything we've already covered on the channel. How HP and Dell are keeping their distance from the program. And AMD's own VP acknowledging basically the program. This strongly points to Nvidia putting a tight lid on the Kaby Lake G platform. Now this is the reason why many people speculated the GPP even existed in the first place. Not so much just to stifle AMD, but to stop Intel from really encroaching on a market that Nvidia is dominant in. To date, there have only been 4 major products announced with the Kaby Lake G. The Dell XPS 159575, the 2018 HP Spectre X3615, Intel's own Hades Canyon Nook, and a Chewy High Game Mini PC. I'm actually kind of interested in this. I haven't checked it out yet. And straight up, they just want to say 2 of these aren't even laptops. The HP and the Chewy system are not yet shipping, and the Nook is solely sold by Intel, which leaves HP and Dell as the only 2 notable manufacturers with overt Kaby Lake G plans who also happen to allegedly be staying away from the GPP. However, the other major manufacturers such as MSI, Gigabyte, Zotac, Asus, Lenovo, Acer, and pretty much everybody else has been silent on the entire series of products. And they really hit the nail on the head here. For a product born of inconceivable partnership between 2 of the largest PC rivals in history, the Kaby Lake G should have been received with more attention or at least comments from the OEMs everywhere. And I agree. I mean, we all thought that that was a strong rumor last year when it leaked saying that AMD and Intel were working on a project together, and none of us believed it. And it actually became true. And the fact that the market is shying away from this is crazy because it was a historic moment that they actually settled, old grudges aside and actually made this thing happen in reality. Now here they're basically just saying it's a shame because the i5-8705G and the i7-8809G are essentially on par with an i7-7700HQ and an i7-7820HK, in raw CPU power, but the GPUs are comparable to a GTX 1050 and a GTX 1060 Max-Q, which realistically is basically the same as a GTX 1050 Ti, like a desktop variant, in performance. A thin gaming notebook designed around the Kaby Lake G would have catered well to budget to mainstream gamers and an alternative option to the usual Nvidia-powered laptops. In fact, the XPS 159575 is the first Kaby Lake G laptop we've tested, and it actually runs noticeably cooler and quieter than the GTX 1050-powered XPS 159560, while being thinner and nearly as fast. So basically what they're saying is it's a superior product. Whether or not the platform will take off, however, could be at the mercy of Nvidia and its GPP members. Now, typically, I don't read an entire article to you guys. I mean, you could go and read it for yourself, but I felt that that entire article was very, very powerful. It really spells everything out that we had feared. And for those people that are like, hey, I don't care about the GPP. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect me. I just want the fastest graphics card. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with wanting a faster graphics card. But the company that's providing you that graphics card is also stifling the industry. Now, this is essentially the same thing that Intel did years ago. What I find ironic is Nvidia is now basically targeting Intel, a much larger and much well-off company than AMD. Intel is not going to just roll over and let Nvidia do whatever they want. AMD, unfortunately, doesn't have the resources to combat, a company that's worth $100 billion right now. For them, it's better to just let it go, move on, keep making products, keep selling products, and keep their revenues increasing. For AMD, that's the best move for them. But Intel has the resources to say no. And if this is true, and I trust notebook checks, so this is as true as it's going to get unless Nvidia or Intel come out and say this is blatantly happening. Odds of that are extremely slim unless it goes to court. So I'm going to take it as true as possible without it being confirmed. This means that Nvidia has picked a war with Intel. They have said they've started the battle, and I just don't think they really realize what they got themselves into. In reality, the big companies, the OEMs that are a part of the GPP, such as Asus, Gigabyte, Zotac, all those guys, they also use a lot of Intel products as well. This is going to get messy. So, like I said, now that this is pretty much out there, that this was the target, or one of the major targets, because this seems to affect Intel more than it is AMD. AMD cards are just getting rebranded. They're still selling. These chips are not selling. That means Intel invested all that R&D, all that time developing these Kaby Lake G CPUs, and they're not getting a return on that, which means they're going to lose money, which means they're going to be pissed. And yeah, so let's kick on back, grab the popcorn, and let's see how this shakes out. But I did not think that Nvidia would be silly enough to choose to compete on a kind of off-the-books, shady battle against Intel, because that is, they've always been the big dog, and it looks like Nvidia is trying to go for the crown. We'll see how it shakes out. I'm betting somebody at Vegas is starting those odds right now, and you could probably put some money on it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Who's going to walk away with this with the W? But just enjoy the show. That's all I really have. I just wanted to bring this to your attention. Links to the article will be in the description below. Please go ahead and check it out. Read it for yourself. Share this video. This one is super, super important. This is news that I think everybody should be aware of, because this can have greater impact and implications than we can even fathom at this point. All this stuff's going on under the table, but we've already seen branding being pulled from AMD GPUs, so who knows whatever else is going to happen here. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you like this video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe. Please share with friends. That really helps me out. And if you guys want to pick up any CPUs from either Intel or AMD or any other computer parts, go ahead and check out my new Amazon page. You can go ahead and pick up everything there, from the new Ryzen 2 to Coffee Lake. I don't have any Kaby Lake G there. Wonder if there's something behind that. But alrighty guys, that's all I have for today, and I will catch you guys in the next video.